planning on living van life? Are you planning on doing some long-term touring or even just 2 weeks in your van and want to know a little bit more about what to expect? Today we are answering 10, technically it kind of became 10 and a half questions on van life, what we like, what we don't like, what we like about our van, places we've been, worst places we've been, and lots more. So by the end of this, we will have shared some of our favourite experiences with you. Hey, I'm Kat from the Motorhome travel website Wandering Bird, where we share tips and tricks for touring the UK and Europe by motorhome and camper. If it shakes, I apologise. The dog has got zoomies. I've also got more than the dog with me today. I've got a husband!
Morning!
Hi! We are going to answer the van life questions that we got tagged in a couple of weeks ago. Thank you to Tash and John from Life Beyond Bricks for the tag. I thought to give a more balanced view, I would enlist. I didn't enroll you.
I've been enrolled. Oh, yes.
I thought to give a more balanced view, I would enlist the help of Mr. WB. And unfortunately, Mac is feeling a bit excited. Thank you to all of you who have sent your best wishes for him. He's recovering. He's still got his stitches in. They come out in about 3 days' time, don't they?
He's supposed to still have a cone of shame.
He is supposed to still have a cone of shame on.
However, he has eaten the cone of shame.
Well, he's kind of scratched it to bits. He went foraging in a forest.
Decided to chew the end of it.
On a lead, but decided to just shuffle. And yes, it's all sort of cracked. So yeah, he hasn't really got a cone of shame on anymore. Right. You've got the questions. I
have got the questions.
I have a cup of tea.
I feel as though I'm in control today.
You are in control.
I'm in control of the camera. I'm in control of the questions. Here we go.
Okay, hit me. I'm going to slow up.
So, the van life tag questions. What is the make and model of your van?
Our van is a Swift Escape 685. It's a 2017 model. It's the model that has the wardrobe, not the newer version that doesn't have a wardrobe, which we think is crazy. Why would you ever not want a wardrobe? But hey. We have also had a Bessica 496, a Swift Bessica 496.
We have.
And before that, our very first motorhome was a McLuey Tandy.
It was a McLuey Tandy Plus.
Oh, I'm so sorry. A McLuey Tandy Plus.
Because it had a double bed in the garage.
It did have a double bed in the garage. So those are our 3 motorhomes. Is that it? Is that the end of the question?
That's it so far.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Question 2.
Number 2. How long did your van build take?
Oh, years.
Well, I think we need to speak to Swift for this one.
Years and
now,
years.
How long did it take to build the van, or how long has it taken to actually do the modifications that we keep doing?
Sweetie pie, your ball is in the cupboard. You can't have it yet.
You're the dog.
Yeah, either of you. Nobody can have your ball. So, yeah, we like to play with our motorhomes. I'm sure most people do. We have modifications and things, so we concentrate on, we're going to pimp the van. There's sticky back plastic and vinyl and stuff. We were going to do tiles, but then we realised weight was an issue. So, yeah, sticky back vinyl things are going to happen soon.
They're vinyl.
Sticky back vinyl tiles. Okay, so we're going to do them. I will do a video on that when we've done them so that you can see what we've done because we haven't done it yet. But yeah, not long at all for our van build, really.
No, we've done quite well. We have done quite well.
Cool. Question 3.
Question 3.
How many are there?
There are 10.
10
questions.
All right, 10 questions.
Okay. Where has been your favourite place to stay in your van? So for me, this is easy.
Go for it.
For me, it's the Alps. It's got to be the Alps. I absolutely love them.
Anywhere in particular?
Italy, Austria, just Alps. that whole environment.
Mountains.
It's
Mountains.
Beautiful. Out of the way. There's nobody else there.
Yeah.
And the nights are just full of starlit skies and.
Well, it was a night under the Milky Way in our very first van that led to us changing our life, me quitting my job and getting a puppy. So yeah, I guess that's probably a good answer. Mountains. I'm trying to think of where else we've been. Germany was awesome. The castles were spectacular in Germany.
Black
Norway,
Forest.
but again, mountains. Rained a lot though in Norway.
Norway, we've yet to see. When we go back, we'll see whether it's a
back.
Thing. We've got to go.
Going. Do we know when we're going back?
We're not sure. Maybe this year.
Maybe this year.
I think maybe
We quite fancy going to see the Northern Lights from our own van.
We want to go to the top part.
Yeah, that's the problem. We want to go up to Nordkapp, so it'd probably have to be like October time that we go.
Maybe.
But trying to get 4 or 5 weeks off this year is going to be tough. We've got an interesting year. So we'll see. But yes, we will go back.
Never say never.
Never say never.
Never say never.
Never say never.
So, number 4.
Yes.
Okay. Where has been the worst place you've stayed in your van?
That campsite in the New Forest. We had the most awful night that we've ever had in the van ever. In our very first motorhome, before we learned how to wild camp or use C&L sites or anything in the UK. But was it before we'd ever gone to Europe for the first time?
Yes.
I think it was before we went to Scotland, wasn't it? It was like our second trip out in the van ever, and then we just went for a night because we were going to the New Forest Aqua Park, which is epic. If you like sort of water and bouncy castles and stuff, go to the New Forest Aqua Park. It's really cool. And there's a campsite near there. I won't name any names, mainly because I can't remember what it's called, but it's a proper big campsite. And it was half empty, and they put us, the first night was awesome. We had a really good chat. Are you getting the dog on this? He's looking for his ball that we've just taken off him.
It's hilarious.
Come here. We had a really good night at the campsite the first time. That was when we met all the guys in the van who were heading up to Scotland.
That was great.
That
So we
was
had a
lot of
campfire
fun.
outside, and we had beers and wine and just random
We had a
strangers.
really good fun night.
It was
And then
awesome.
the next night they were like, you can't stay there, you've got to move on to this field. So we moved on to the field that was half empty, and they put us right next to, I don't even mean like in the same section, I mean the next bay, to an entire football team. So it was all the dads and all the sons, and they just didn't sleep all night, did they?
No, they were fine at first, and then the more drunk they all got, the more loud they all got, the more rude they all got. Then they started
Yeah, they
throwing
were
things at the
obnoxious,
van,
and they were kicking their football against the van, and they
then
were just being
3 a.m.
brats.
in the morning. It didn't go down very well.
No, we blatantly lied and told them that we had a baby on board asleep, and they just didn't care. And they were not very nice, and it really, really kind of put us off campsites, to be fair. That was where we
I
started.
think that was when we started saying,
Yeah,
right,
looking at
okay,
other
there's got
options.
to be something different. Let's just go.
That was
on with
miserable. By 6 o'clock in the morning, it was just, I wasn't having fun that night at all.
No, that wasn't good. For me, has there been anywhere worse
Has
than
there been anywhere
that?
worse than that?
The first night wild camping in Scotland. That was bonkers.
It wasn't
Let's pick this
bonkers. We
place.
didn't have a
It's
clue what we were
awesome.
doing.
We pulled into a gravel lay-by at the side of the busiest main road. Although when we pulled in, there was not a
It
car
was
in
not a
sight.
busy main road.
And at 11 o'clock at night, all the trucks decide they're going down this road. And then at 11:30, all the trains come down the train track that's on the other side of the van. So we were sandwiched
That
between
wasn't
the
the same
trains. Yeah, that was the train line was down one side.
Because our first night was on that hill. We have like 3 rules for wild camping. Don't stop by a main road.
Yep.
Don't stop on a hill.
Yep.
And don't stop anywhere you're exposed to the elements in case the wind gets up. And our first night was on the hill. It was when we thought we could
I
stop
know
at
we
Loch
were-
Lomond,
I
and
know
then we
we were-
realised we couldn't, we needed a permit, we didn't know how to get a permit.
there.
So we went up the hill. The next night
I
was
meant
one by
the
the
ne-
train track.
the next
yeah,
one where
our
we
first
had
couple of nights wild camping were not fun.
the
I
train
wish we
track and
had
the
a
trucks.
YouTube channel then, because that would have been hilarious.
Yeah, it'd have been something. That's probably my worst one in terms
Yes.
of no sleep.
Anyway,
So,
I think we've killed that question.
number 5.
Number 5.
How many people have you had in your van at one time?
Oh no.
Ooh,
8?
10, including us.
When?
We've had 8.
Ooh,
plus
Denmark.
us. Denmark.
We had a lot of
We had
people
a
in our last
whole
van in Denmark. That was
menagerie.
awesome. That was such a good fun night.
That was a giggle. That was a giggle. Yeah, I'd say 10.
All
So
right,
that was
I'll go for
8
10.
people plus us. Was that this one or was it the previous one?
No, that was the 496.
That was 4 and 6. Okay. How many we had in this one? 6, 7? We regularly have 6, 7 people in.
It's whoever we find. We find
Yeah, random
strays and invite them
strangers. You know,
in.
hitchhikers.
Well, we can see 6 at that end, and I'm pretty sure we've had 6. Yeah, I think we've had 7 actually. Yeah.
Okay, so
Go for it.
number 6.
I need a biscuit, Duncan.
This is a great one. Have you had any van disasters? Our entire life is based around the disasters that we have. In fact, your YouTube
My YouTube
career
channel started as a van life
is
disaster
entirely
channel.
based
It
around
did.
our van disasters.
Okay, so
The
what's
answer
your
in
worst?
short is yes.
Disaster?
We've had lots.
Yeah, but a disaster? What would you call a disaster?
Well, we get through them. They're all disasters in a relevant kind of.
yeah, there's
kind of
nothing
way.
been like horrendous. We've
Nobody's
never been
died.
broken into. Touch something wooden.
Yeah, okay.
We've never died, although we've come very close. The scariest one was when we lost our brakes going down the mountain in Switzerland. That was
Probably
terrifying.
the most interesting.
As you might guess, I can talk. I didn't say a word for 20 minutes. That was horrendous. Yeah.
It was great.
It was
so
don't
cool.
try and
Oh
be
my
all
word.
big
It was-
and manly about this. It was terrifying.
It was interesting. It was interesting. It was that moment of, okay, I'm glad we've got engine braking here. A diesel.
I'm glad you were
definitely
driving
works.
because you could say engine braking to me and I wouldn't really have a clue what you were talking about other than just to
The-
drop all the gears.
Yeah, the handbrake, it was that severe we stretched the handbrake
We did
cable
have
as well.
to replace the handbrake. That was the only thing we had. He had engine braking and a handbrake, so that's down. Our main gear.
Well, the handbrake gave
brakes
up
just
halfway down.
basically
The
stopped
cable stretched
working.
and we got nothing.
It wasn't fun.
But that was quite bad. That was quite bad. Anything else? Gas bottle? That was a
When we turned
bit
up
of a
in,
thing.
yeah, we
I
turned
mean,
up
the
in
fact that you
France
forgot the gas bottle, I just
On a
can't believe.
bank holiday. I'm ignoring him.
No,
On
no,
a
no.
bank holiday weekend in March, we went to France. That was on the start of our Germany trip, wasn't it?
That was the first time we went to Europe.
No, it wasn't.
Wasn't it?
No, because we'd gone to Italy the summer before on our first motorhome. That was our first trip to
right,
Europe. And we'd gone 2 weeks and we hadn't even had to think about replacing the gas bottle. We'd filled
it
up
was
before we
summer.
left and we had 2 weeks easily and didn't even, I don't think we even used one. It was great. 3 days into our trip in France, we ran out of gas. No problem, we've got another bottle. No, we don't have another bottle because somebody hadn't got it.
Can't believe she forgot the bottle.
It's been an interesting marital point ever since. It was definitely
Yeah,
on
I've
his
forgiven
list
her,
of,
don't
of
worry
things
about
to
it.
do. But yeah, no, that was fun. We were cold. We spent a lot of time in restaurants until we got to
We did
French.
a lot
Oh
of
my God,
Chinese.
It was freezing.
That was the dodgiest Chinese
It was a
restaurant
dodgy
in
Chinese.
Holland.
I mean, I had the
Very,
slowest
very
meal ever. It took about 5 hours to have a Chinese meal. It was so cold. Cool.
So, okay, number 7. What is your favourite
What,
feature?
6? Was that 6?
That was 6.
Oh, it's going past
Have I counted right?
I don't know.
I can count. Yeah, okay. What is your favourite feature of your van?
I was wondering what you were going to say then.
No,
My favourite feature of my husband?
Yes, of me. What's
Yes,
your
what's-
favourite feature?
what's my
All
favourite
of me.
feature of
I'm
all
such a
of you?
bundle of joy.
The favourite feature of the van. I love this. I love our U lounge. I'm going to stretch.
You're stretching.
Yeah, I do. I would love to have a garage, but I really like having a U lounge. What else? I like lots about this van.
I love every part of it. I think it's awesome. I think probably one of my favourite parts, the swivel seats
I
at
know.
the front.
He always wanted
I
swivel
love
seats.
the
Bless him.
swivel seats at the front.
He
I
was
can
so
just
excited when he discovered this van had swivel seats.
hide away and I put my feet up and,
Yeah.
and it's my place. It's my little environment.
Unless it's first thing in the morning when I get up first, and then it's my place.
And then
but
it's your place and I've got the bed.
Yeah.
But apart from that,
it's your place.
it's my
It
place.
is.
Um,
I also quite like our shower. I know it sounds stupid, but it's bigger than our last one, so it's quite nice when you get in like, oh, I can do the chicken dance in it. It's great. We haven't done the chicken dance for a while.
no,
I might to resurrect that at the end.
I like the cupboard space.
Yeah, there's
There's
loads.
lots.
Loads.
This
Oh, and the
van,
bit under
given
the
it's
thing.
the smallest van we've had,
Yeah. If you haven't seen our van
Absolutely
tour, I'll
love it.
link to it somewhere on the screen. Because
really
it's quite
cool.
cool. It's a good van. Yeah.
I like the fact that the drop down bed's manual, not electric.
Yes. No electric drop down bed, thank goodness.
So, number 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is number 8. What is your least favourite part about van life? Oh, hang on. 8 and 9 are reversed. I'm going to switch these round because number 9 is what's your.
All he has to do is read, ladies and gentlemen. He just has to read.
I'm confused.
Just literally read the words on the sheet.
It says, what is your least favourite part about van life? Well, nobody's asked about the least favourite part about the van.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
We're going off piste.
Yeah.
What is your least favourite part about the van?
I haven't got one. I love the van.
Why are you complaining?
I don't know, it just felt like that question should be there. It didn't feel as though it flowed correctly.
My least
So,
favourite part about the van, the
wardrobe.
wardrobe.
I knew you were going
The
to say
wardrobe.
that. This poor wardrobe.
I don't
gets
know if I've
battered
ranted
and
about this.
abused verbally.
It's not the fact that I can live with the fact that it is kind of. Do you want to shift the camera just slightly so people can see what
I'm
the heck
going.
I'm
I'm
talking
going
about?
to just gently kind of.
It's not the fact that it's there, even though it is kind of just an afterthought. That's excellent camera work, that. But what
thought
really
so.
bugs me is when this is made as a bed. Do you want to just walk backwards? It might be easy. Just walk
Okay.
backwards. Just go backwards.
I'm going backwards.
But when this is made up as a bed, and you're sort of stood here to get something out of it, you're opening into it. It's really annoying.
The
It
door
needs
should
to
have been the
open
other
that
way. Yes, the door should have been the other way.
It's-
They didn't quite get this.
No,
door
they
thing
didn't.
right.
They haven't figured
didn't.
out wardrobes.
We are going to modify that. We will be at some
I don't know
point.
how yet.
No, we've not figured it out yet. But
we
at
are.
some
It drives
point,
me
whether
mad.
we split the door down the middle, put a
Yeah.
piano hinge on there, and something that's rattle proof. But we are going to abuse the wardrobe somewhat.
So that was question. Where did we get to? Was that
That's
7,
just
8?
an ad hoc
That was
thing.
a random off piece.
That's yeah.
Okay.
That's us embracing
Got
our
it. Get us
inner
back on track.
presenters. Okay, so we've got number 9 technically now. What number 8? What is your least favourite part about van life?
Having a muddy dog.
Oh yes,
Yes.
Yes.
Having a muddy dog is fine, but having a muddy dog in the van is really tough.
Muddy wet dog.
Muddy wet dog.
Yeah,
Or
because
even muddy.
well,
Next in the summer when we can
when he's wet,
shower him off.
he
Yeah.
just for some reason I love our dog to pieces, but he's stupid. He is dense.
Well, he's not, but he
hasn't
likes to
figured
come
it
in and be warm before he shakes.
Yeah.
So he won't shake outside, he'll come into the van and shake inside. I think a lot of dogs do that, to be fair. But it's been a while.
But he
since
physically comes into the smallest,
Yes,
cleanest
he does.
space.
He likes to be near
and then
you.
shakes.
He likes to be like, yeah, I'm here, look, and then shake.
Yeah, but he doesn't shake once. He
No,
shakes
no.
continuously for half an hour until he's bone dry. It's the best hairdryer I've ever seen in my life. But then I've got an hour of cleaning the van. I have to clean the walls, the ceiling on occasion, and me.
At least we haven't got a kid in there projectile vomiting anymore. I don't miss those days.
There's a reason for that.
I do not miss those days. And now she's got her own place. She can go projectile
She can
vomit all on her
projectile,
own.
yeah.
It's fine.
They go through a cycle, don't they? Birthday, projectile vomit.
Birth and then
now
teenager.
she's a late teenager. She comes out of teens soon. Okay. I think we're both in agreement on that one. That's probably
It's the hardest part.
the hardest part. I don't think there's any
We're
other
quite
part.
good at
that
living in a small space together.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, we're going to do a video on that because a lot of people have asked about tips for living with your partner in a
Yes.
small confined space.
Gaffer tape.
Moving on. Yes. If you
So-
don't have a dog, okay, if you didn't have a dog, for anyone who doesn't have a dog, what would be the worst place? Worst thing, I mean.
I don't think there is one.
it's not cool.
None of it bothers me. Cleaning, maintenance doesn't bother me. I love that. Even emptying toilets and that
Power
does not bother me.
management, I reckon, would be my second hardest
No.
thing
Okay.
on them.
So yes, power.
Especially in the winter when you can't use the solar panel as a
On the
thing.
point of power management,
Mm.
it's not power management that of the van that bothers me.
Mm.
It's not the systems that bother me. It's the certain users that like to have 57 tabs open
drinking my tea.
and reduce their battery life on their laptop to about 3 minutes
Am
instead of
okay,
4 hours.
question for you. I'm sure I could ask you a really exciting question at the end of this, but this is the question I really want to know the answer to. How many people have more than like 3 tabs open on their laptop?
How many people have more than 57
I do
tabs
not have
across
57
4
tabs
different
open.
browsers?
That was one time I had a lot of tabs and about 4
My
different
battery's
windows. open.
terrible. It's a brand new laptop. I cannot believe it's going down so quick.
If you've got more than 3 tabs open on your
57
laptop right now,
tabs.
can you just say yes or give me the number, please? Because he thinks this is like the worst thing in the world and that I should shut a tab down and then when I move on to the next
When
thing.
you finish with it,
But I
it's
haven't finished
close
with
down.
it.
But if you're not ready for it, don't open
But
it.
I might want to do it later, and if I shut it down, I'll forget what it
You're
was and where I
trying
could
to
get
manage
to it.
power. There's a reason why they say it can
He's
do 9
created
hours.
me a whole list of things, so now I've got links. So now I've got about 100 pages of links that I need to go through so that I
And
can
yet,
actually do them.
When you follow the
But
rule,
I'm never going to do
your
that.
battery lasts for 4 or 5 hours without problem.
4 or 5 hours is not long.
No, you're right. It's not long. But then on occasion, when we're driving and we
was
think
going
we
so
can
well.
plug our laptop in and charge it while we're driving.
Top marital tip:
But
don't,
we
don't talk
forget.
about tabs on a laptop.
Yes.
Apparently,
So,
should we move on?
wife's power management is probably the biggest gripe
Uh-huh.
of van life.
Okay,
Yes.
good to know.
Everything I
Please
manage quite
drop-
nicely.
Drop your figure below. Please.
Yes,
please.
yes.
And I
So-
can just delete all the ones that say they haven't got any tabs open.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Right, go on.
So, number 9. What is your favourite part about van life?
I've got 2.
Greedy,
I know. The places we get to see, obviously,
obviously.
because it's kind of like having a house in some incredible places. We've just spent the weekend in Ile de Ré. I never know how to pronounce it. Ile de Ré, R-E, on the west coast of France. And my goodness me, that's expensive. It's like £1 million for a 2-bed house or something.
Pretty,
Crazy.
but
Stunning.
yes,
Really pretty.
stupidly expensive.
But we were there and we had our motorhome, so we could spend a couple of nights for pretty much nothing, especially this time of year, because they don't seem to mind you wild camping at this time of year. It's
No,
good.
it was for nothing.
We didn't spend anything, did we, apart from fuel to get there and food. In fact, we didn't even buy. Oh yes, we did. We had pizza.
Pizza. There was a pizza.
But apart from that, it didn't cost us
Into
a
the
thing.
pizza shop.
So,
at
and
the end of the day.
Airbnb
Thank you.
and stuff there was crazy money as well. So yes, it was nice being able to. It's nice being able to travel around. But I also love the people that we meet on the road. There's something about people who live in a van or travel in a motorhome who they're just adventurous and they have stories and they're quite happy to share a beer and chat, and yeah, we've met some awesome people on the road.
Very few people are judgmental of me.
No.
It's just nice.
It's
being
funny
able to-
because if you met them like walking down the street, you probably think you'd have nothing in common with them, and actually they're lovely. We've met some superb
We've met
people.
some amazing people.
Yeah, people still in touch with it.
I like the fact that there's no plan. I like the fact that
There's always a
we
plan.
can
You just
just-
don't know it.
I like the fact that I don't have a plan.
You never have.
That we can just up and go. So we get somewhere and
Yes,
it's amazing, and we
that's
think we're going to go for a day, and then we end up staying there for a week. Or we go somewhere and we think, oh, this is just awful, we don't want to be here, and we plan to be there for a week, and we just up and go.
It was like the Italian Lakes. We were meant to be at the Italian Lakes for a week, realised that we'd picked totally the wrong time of year to get there. So we left. And that was novel because, in fact, we hadn't figured out that campsite. We should have just left. But we hadn't quite figured out that we had a home on wheels. So yeah, it was cool. If you don't like it,
That's
it's
the
awesome.
bit that I love, the fact that you've just got the freedom to do anything, go anywhere. If you don't like it, you can literally just change.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So every day is a cool day.
Yeah. If
That's
you're wondering where the dog's gone, by the way, we've secured him at the back of the van. He's sulking. I just see his little face like, you left me, where's my ball? Anyway,
He's
sorry.
not happy.
We done? Last question?
And then the last one is, any tips for those about to embark on their van life adventure?
Well, that could be
Patience.
like a long-term van life, a 2-week holiday.
Doesn't matter.
Patience, is that
Patience
yours?
with each other. Yeah.
Okay.
It's important.
We're going back to this whole living with a partner in a small space, aren't we?
Yeah, but I think the other thing you've got to do is just be open-minded enough to just go and, like you just said, don't be frightened of saying, actually, I don't like this place, I'm going to move on.
Yeah. Trust your gut.
You
Definitely
may
trust your
have you may have booked a campsite for a week, but so go and just it's okay.
Yeah.
Change it. Go elsewhere. Enjoy it, and if you're not enjoying it, move.
So, my tip for long-term van life would be have an emergency fund. We had a horrible situation last year where you were poorly, got taken into hospital in the UK. I was with the van with Mac in Europe, and I am so grateful that I had enough money in the bank to be able to buy a plane ticket from the nearest airport back to Gatwick, and then I could put Mac in kennels and I could put the motorhome in secure parking at the airport without even having to really blink. That was awesome. I think that could have been so much more. I mean, we were lucky that you weren't like at death's door, but it could have been so much worse.
Yes, I mean we're remembering the days when we had in the early days we had nothing, and you couldn't just do that. So we
No, I
worked
get that,
hard
but
to
if
build.
anybody is looking at van life and downsizing and selling stuff and going off long-term touring, we're ignoring the B word for the moment, but Brexit
Oh,
and
I see.
your inability to now go long-term touring for longer than 90 days, but we're not going to rant about that today. I've been ranting about that enough the last couple of days. But yeah,
You can
definitely before you quit your job and before you sell everything, or you can do it while you're selling everything, but get an emergency fund. I reckon at least £500 needs to be tucked away, or have a credit card that you keep for emergencies. But yeah, that was invaluable. Okay,
Okay,
is there anything else that you would like to say
I think
before we leave the good people to
we've
their
done it.
day? You good?
Yep.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much for watching. I don't know what our next video is going to be. We might do one, to be fair, while I've got you captive audience on living with
running away now.
living with a person in a small confined space, because we've done that for many years, actually. haven't
Adopt
we?
the Trump scenario. Build a wall.
Build a wall. Build a wall. Right. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, give me a I'm going to say give me a thumbs up. No, that's not a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed already, hit subscribe and that bell to be notified about our next video. I would ask you, like, what's your best van life tip for anybody? And if you've got one of those, drop it below. But I mainly want to know about the tabs on your laptop. Right. Until next time.
Bye.
We're talking about a good time. We're chasing every moment, all the good